Hey, what's up everybody? TooTallToby here, and in today's FreeCAD step-by-step tutorial, we're going to take a look at this part here. We're going to model up this part, and then when we're done, this part could be exported to STL, and that way you can actually 3D print a functional part. This is a little tray you can see here in these images. You can use this up at your kitchen sink, and you can set your sponge in here, and it's angled so that when the sponge is still wet, all the water will drip off, and then you can just have it drip right into your sink. And this model comes from the library found at TooTallToby.com. If you haven't been there before, be sure to visit us at TooTallToby.com. And you'll see here that in this library, you can actually filter by the model type, including filtering by 3D printable parts. So that's pretty cool because then you can go through, you can model the part in FreeCAD, export it to STL, and then you can actually turn it into a functional 3D part. If you don't know how to export to STL, take a look at the video down in the description below, kind of the starter video for the website. That shows you how to go from FreeCAD to STL to a 3D printed part. Gives you everything you need. And I hope you guys enjoy the library of challenges. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Let me know down below in the comments if you learned anything cool or if you just enjoyed the tutorial. This challenge, and let's get into our very first live solve here today. So here we can see what that challenge looks like. If you haven't had a chance yet, maybe grab a screen capture of this. I'll make it full screen for you so you can grab a screen capture. And then I'm going to jump into the TooTallToby app, and I'm going to solve this in the app. So let's get into it here. We're going to go into the website, TooTallToby.com. With a totally free account here, you can say access full library, and then you can go down here to this featured challenge, thanks to our friends at cadop.io. These challenges will be up there, and they change every week which challenges are the featured challenges, and they give you all the functionality that you would get with premium, and that way you can kind of examine what's going on with premium tools like try again, the ability to run the same model over and over again, things like that. So we're going to get in here. We're going to say click here to begin and go. And so the question here is, what is the mass of this part in XXX grams? We're going to try to solve that, and we're going to try to enter that mass right down here. Now, if you're a newer user to the world of CAD, you want to follow a basic game plan every time, which is where should the origin be located on this part? And what should my very first sketch look like? So usually what I do when I look at a model, if it's in 3D or if it's in the real world, what I'll do is I'll kind of break down the model into different areas. So I think that for this model, the first area is going to be kind of this main deck here. Maybe this little ledge that's sticking down and this ledge up the back. But really this main deck is where all the action is taking place. Then my second element is going to be maybe this sidewall here, which could be mirrored. And then my third element is going to be one of these fins, which could then be patterned. And then finally, I'm going to apply the fillets, apply the material, and then measure the mass. So first thing I do is I kind of come up with a game plan and break the model down into different features, and you'll get better and better at that as you get more experience. But then what you want to ask yourself is, where should the origin be located? And what I'm always looking for is, are there a bunch of dimensions that are coming together at one common datum or one common reference point? And you can see here that all the dimensions that I'm circling, they are all using the same kind of reference point, the same kind of datum. So I think that in the case of this model here, my origin is going to be down here in the lower left corner of this front view. And then once I've got that origin located, I can get in there and create my first sketch, which is going to be this main kind of deck area. I'll leave everything sharp. I'm not going to add the fillets till last, but that's going to be my first sketch. And then I'll extrude that sketch mid-plane so that my model will be centered. So the origin will also be here, kind of centered. Then for my second feature, I'm going to create one of these sidewalls. So this kind of sidewall shape here, I'll just kind of match up the original shape and then mirror that over to the other side, over to here. And then finally, for my third shape, I'll create this extra shape that's kind of tucked away in here, this little rib shape, and then I can create a pattern of that rib shape. Add the fillets, add the material, and I'm going to be good to go. So I'm going to bring up my keyboard cam here, and then I'm going to go into FreeCAD. If you guys have never seen FreeCAD before, this might be your first time seeing this and kind of seeing what this workflow might look like to model up a part like this. But if you are a FreeCAD user, I hope that you'll be able to use this as kind of a tutorial to kind of help you think through a model and maybe pick up some good tips and tricks that you could use in FreeCAD. Now, keep in mind, I am kind of a FreeCAD noob here, so I'm going to start by beginning a new parametric part, and then I'm going to expand this menu here, origin, my axes, and my planes. And a lot of times I like to just turn on my plane so I can kind of see what's going on screen there. And then I'll pick one of these planes. I'll pick this one here, this XZ plane, and then I'm going to use a shortcut key, Shift S. Now, I've customized my shortcut keys in FreeCAD, and I've made a video all about how I kind of got to the point that I'm at now and settled on the point that I'm at now as far as my customized keyboard shortcuts go. So I'll link to that video down below. But here you can see that following my game plan, I'm going to start out here with the polyline command in FreeCAD, the polyline command, and then I'm going to single click here on the origin, move over, and I'm going to sketch the geometry kind of for that deck. So this is going to come over to about 90 millimeters, give or take. Looks like it's about 90, a little bit short, probably closer to 85. Come straight down here like so, maybe like 18 millimeters down, or maybe it's actually a little less, 13 millimeters down here. So I'm just using the on-screen feedback here, making sure that these entities are approximately the correct length, making sure that I'm getting my horizontal and vertical relationships here as I'm sketching this geometry. And now this one's going to come over here, kind of coming up at an angle. This one's going to come straight up again, going to come over here horizontal. So I'm looking for that feedback, letting me know that I am in fact horizontal and exactly on that plane. And then I'll close off this sketch like so. Now I'm going to press D, which jumps me into the dimension commands. And what I do with my dimensions is I start out with kind of the smaller dimensions first. So for example, I'll take these dimensions here and I'll type them in at 5. Okay, and it looks like this one here I missed, so let me hit escape and double click on that one, 5, enter, and then I'll press D again. And then I go and add in my larger dimension. So for example, the dimension from here to here is supposed to be 90. And the reason I started with that smaller dimension is to avoid the sketch kind of like flipping over on itself. So now I'll create a dimension here that goes to this angle, which is going to be that lower angle, but it is still 10 degrees. It's the larger angle. This back wall here, which is going to come out at 36. And you can see here that the sketch is still under constrained, and FreeCAD tells me we've still got 2 points that are under constrained, 2 degrees of freedom still. So the final dimensions, if I'm looking over here at the print, it looks like I need to add a dimension that represents the distance from my kind of main datum down to this line here. Looks like that distance is going to be 13. And then the final one is going to be the distance to the, let's see here, I've got the distance to the top here, the distance to this shelf, the distance to back here where this angled shelf kind of hits that back wall. And it looks like that distance is going to be 20 millimeters. And so now you see FreeCAD tells us that that sketch is fully constrained, and that is what we want before we move on. So now I'm going to press Shift S to exit that sketch, X to extrude that sketch. I'm going to type in the total depth, 130, tab to get to symmetric to plane. I'm going to press the space bar to check that box on, and then enter to finish that first feature. Now I'm going to pick this face here, Shift S to begin my sketch. And now in FreeCAD, what I believe you need to do to reference these edges, and I could be wrong because I'm still kind of a noob, but what I believe you need to do is click on this icon here. Create external geometry. So I click on that icon first, and then I come down and I pick on this edge, and I pick on this edge, and then I can jump into the polyline command, and I can now reference those endpoints, and I can reference that geometry in FreeCAD. I know there are some FreeCAD wizards out there in the chat. When I shook the screen and I minimized everything, I did minimize the chat by accident, so I'm not actually reading it. Plus, I'm kind of trying to speed run this, so I'm going to hit escape here, hit escape a second time, but not a third time, because I don't want to kick myself out of sketch. I'm going to click on this point here, click on this point here, and I'm going to press C for coincident, and then I'm going to press D to jump into dimension. And now this dimension is going to come from the main datum to this point here on that kind of sidewall, and that dimension is going to be 10 millimeters. The sketch is fully constrained, so Shift S to exit that sketch, X to extrude that sketch. I'm going to reverse the direction of that extrusion and then give it the wall thickness here, 5 millimeters. 5, enter, and boom, we're done with that feature. Now I'm going to jump into a mirror command. So here's the mirror command in FreeCAD. So mirror, and this is going to be a mirror of a tool shape or of a feature. I'll click add feature here, and then I'll just click on this wall that I just created. And then the plane that I'm going to mirror about is going to be the same plane I started sketching on, the XZ plane. And that looks pretty good. All right, now we've got our mirror. Now I'm going to create a new datum plane. So I'm going to click on this face here, and then I'm going to click on this icon to create a new datum plane. And that datum plane is going to be offset. And one of the things that I found a little bit tricky about this workflow is if you're offsetting it normal to the face, you always pick Z. At first, what I was trying to do was offset it relative to the global XYZ, but that's not correct. It's kind of the local XYZ. So when you're trying to offset a datum plane relative to this face here, it's going to be offset in Z, and that offset is going to be I'll make this 12.5. So that first kind of space there. And there we go. That looks good. Click on that datum plane and Shift S to begin a sketch. And now here, I'm going to go up to the top of the screen here and change the draw style to wireframe. And now I'm going to kind of repeat what I did earlier where I use this icon to reference this edge and this edge. It's almost like a convert entities. It kind of traces those edges. Then I go to polygon. And once again, I'm going to create a line here that covers that first line. I'm going to create a line. Whoops, messed that one up. Let me just Control Z to undo that. I'll just do it again. I think that'll be a little easier. Polyline again here from here to here. Polyline that comes up to about a little bit more than halfway. Don't pick up halfway. You don't want to get midpoint by accident. Polyline that kind of comes out here a little bit above, and then make sure you get vertical there. Hit escape, and then you can hit escape again. Pick this point, and it's going to be C for coincident, D for dimension, and this time the dimension is going to be from our main datum to this angled line here, and that dimension is going to be at 5 degrees, and the dimension is going to be from this point down to our main datum, and that dimension is going to be 23 millimeters. And once again, our sketch is fully constrained. That's what we want. So Shift S to exit that sketch, and then X to extrude that geometry, and that's going to come out to a depth of 5 millimeters. And now I'm ready to jump into my linear pattern command here in FreeCAD. So linear pattern, and again, this is going to be a tool shape. I'll say add feature. I'll pick a face off of that shape that I just created. And then for the overall direction, now this one will be global, so I'll go about Y here. Let's reverse the direction on that, and we're going to say the offset or the individual spacing is going to be, it's going to be 25. I can't remember if it's 25 and then plus the 5. I think it's plus the 5. So that's going to be 4 instances, and yeah, it's going to be 25 plus the 5, so it's going to be 30. So that spacing between those looks pretty good. I'm going to hit OK. I'm just going to do a quick kind of like a sanity check here. So if I click on this edge here, and then I look down on the status bar, the length of that edge is 12.5, which is what's called out in the drawing. And then if I click on this edge here, and I look down on the status bar, I see the same thing. So I think we are good there. And so now I'm going to maybe go back to my tree and just hide my planes to make it a little easier to do my next selections for my fillets. I'm going to click fillet here, and this fillet is going to be, whoops, click here on fillet, and when I click the fillet here, yep, this one is going to be on the, let's see here, it's going to be on, whoops, okay, let's go here. I think I might have just done something a little bit weird. Okay, it's going to be on this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. At a little bit, not a FreeCAD expert, so when things go a little off the rails, I get a little nervous. Okay, that looks good. Those are at 8. I'm going to do a fillet here at 4, and that's going to be on this edge. Oops, let's do select here. This edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge, and that's going to be 4 and okay. And then finally, we're going to do a fillet of 2 on this back edge here. So fillet again, this one's going to be at 2, and it's going to be on this edge back here. And okay. And there we go. That is your soap dish. So now the only thing that's really left to do is to assign the material and then calculate the mass of this part. The thing is, this material needs to be very precise here, 10-20 kilograms per cubic meter. And I'm not sure if I have that in my FreeCAD library. So I'm going to go here to my body, and I'm going to say material, and I'm just going to go down through this list and get the generic ABS. So there's the generic ABS. But if I go into the materials editor, then what I'm going to learn is that that's not exactly 1020. It's actually 1060 kilograms per cubic meter. So let me just assign that. And then with that body selected, I'm going to bring up my macros, and I'm going to bring up my center of mass macro. And when this comes up, you can see here that the density of this part is 1060 kilograms per cubic meter. So the mass is 201.6 or 202 grams. So let's go back into the TooTallToby app and see if that's right. So we go into the app here, 202, and enter, and no, incorrect. That is not correct. So let's go back into FreeCAD into that macro, and we see here we can actually modify this density here. So if I modify that density and maybe bring it back to 1020, now we're coming up with a mass of 193.9 grams or 194 grams. So let's see if that works a little bit better. 194 grams, so 194, and enter, and oh yeah, we did it. That's what I'm talking about. And that is your FreeCAD live solve. 10 minutes to model up that soap dish. Now I can take that model, I can export it to STL, I can bring it into my slicer and turn it into an actual 3D print, take it up to the kitchen and see if it works. You'll notice that there was a note here on the drawing. It's a note. Let me go into try again here. It says note. This model is designed to hold a sponge which measures 120 millimeters by 80 millimeters. If your kitchen uses a different size sponge, consider modifying your 3D printed part. And that's the cool thing about doing these challenges on the TooTallToby site. You've got the model. So when you're done creating this model, whether it's in FreeCAD or Fusion or any 3D CAD system, you can then make changes to it, and then you can kind of come up with your own version of that 3D print. But now we can see that there's been a total of 13 people who have successfully solved this. The average solve time is 8 minutes and 18 seconds. And guys, the winner of this first point is MCGA Sebastian. He was able to solve that thing in just 4 minutes and 11 seconds. So the model was released at 1:12 p.m. He finished it up there by looks like 1:16 p.m. Wow, that is super impressive. So congratulations to MCGA earning the first point of the day, followed very closely there by Rambro's Workshop, 4 minutes and 25 seconds, Gray 4 minutes and 43 seconds, and Aaron C 4 minutes and 51 seconds, all in sub 5 minutes from the time it was released. Super impressive. Good job, everybody, and congratulations. So we're going to get the next challenge ready for everybody, but let me just bring up the chat and we'll see if there's anything going on in the chat.